The video games industry is one of the most innovative and fastest growing industries in the world. The men and women of this industry work tirelessly to provide entertainment for the masses, and some of these provide the music. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves playing those video games. Video games. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves listening to video games. Video games. Do we even know who these people are? No. Would video games be the same without them? No. What you're about to hear.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Average Giants.
Hello!
I'm your host, The Average Gamer, who is currently trying to just get this all set up.
Starting up all the pew 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 pew.
Pew pew! And with me, as always, is my good friend, who's a maflossical...
Snaggletooth Ramtron.
Snaggletooth Ramtron. I see.
You know what that means. Wait, I don't even know
doesn't?
what that means.
What are we playing tonight,
does that mean?
Snaggletooth?
Well, despite what it says on the screen there, we're actually playing Hello Kitty's Hawaiian Island Adventure.
Ah, I've been waiting to play some Hello Kitty.
Yeah, I know. We're lucky to have Hello Kitty on here.
I was wondering when we were actually going to get into the whole Hello Kitty scene.
It was really hard. They're a very elusive bunch, considering that Hello Kitty's actually a British woman, supposedly.
Is it actually?
Yeah, that's what they said. It's not a Japanese cat. It's a British woman.
Wow.
But what we're really doing today is we're playing some Terra.
Good old Terra, and we're gonna try to get Russ Clark in the call with us. We've played Terra with Russ before, but this is the third time we've had them on the show, so we're gonna switch things up. And Giant is gonna play some.
Which is kind of crazy because I actually I've only played it the once with on screen, and that was we were doing our sumo wrestling match.
Yeah. When we were pitting robots against each other. Remember when the Angry Gnat just whooped everything?
that was just a weird day.
All right, but we should be able to call Russ here anytime.
We shall call right now if I can remember what to press.
The green phone button.
Yeah, I got it. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Russ?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Yeah, a couple days. Yeah.
I'm just gonna fix the audio. If you want to say hi to Russ real quick, we'll turn that down a little bit.
We are just getting things all together. Apparently, see, the problem with what with us switching up is that, as cool as it may be, it's kind of hard with that. He uses an entirely different system that I do.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. So I'm just like, how do I buttons?
How dost working? Don't know. Okay. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the one person on the internet that doesn't know what Terra is already, would you mind giving us a quick synopsis again, Russ?
Oh yeah, we need to get that person. That person needs to buy the game.
I agree.
Sure, yeah. So, Terra is a game that I've been working on for, I guess coming up for 2.5 years now, if you add it all up. It is it's my first game since I left my last job in the safe world of having somebody else pay my salary, and went out into the crazy wild blue yonder. So it is a sandbox game about, I guess we used to call it vehicle construction, but it's a bit more than just vehicles now. We're calling them techs. It's a game where you build constructions out of building blocks, a little bit like building with Lego bricks, that can drive and fly and do factory operations and hover or whatever else you feel like doing. It's set on a procedurally generated alien world in which you play a sort of space miner sent into the galaxy to find natural resources to harvest and send back to Earth. And the idea of it really is you just see what you can make out of the blocks, explore the world, find new stuff to gather and refine and see what you can make it into, and just kind of mess around and blow stuff up and so on.
So I'm going to be
Sounds
doing
awesome.
some of the simplest stuff because I have this really amazing ability to not be able to play games and talk at the same time.
Yeah. So fans of the show, Average Giants, have seen Terra Tech before, but what's awesome is now you guys have actually launched your early access on Steam, isn't that right?
That's right, yeah, it's been a long time coming. We first kind of released a version of Terra Tech to the general public nearly a year ago now, when we put a demo on IndieDB. And since then we had a Kickstarter campaign last summer. Then we did like a closed beta where we were just selling ourselves through PayPal. Then we did a humble launch. That was our proper beta phase, which was, I think, around November that we put that live.
Wow.
We were in that for like 4 months. And finally, we've come to Steam Early Access, where we're reaching a whole new load of players. It's awesome.
That's cool. Congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. Lots more milestones and stages to come, but this is a pretty big one. Getting a pretty good reaction so far, we think.
I did see recently you guys have had a lot of YouTube support with like I saw even PewDiePie did one of the videos.
Yeah, that was pretty ace. Everyone. So I was out at GDC last week, and literally every person that I met was asking me, how do we sort that out? How do we get him to do a video? Because that's what everyone in the games industry wants to know: is how do you get PewDiePie to do a video? And the answer is, I have no idea. we were as surprised as anyone. It was great. I mean, we obviously, since the earliest days of the game, we knew that we were trying to make something that was just kind of an open-ended sort of playground type game, because we thought that's the kind of thing that we hoped YouTubers and streamers would kind of want to mess around with, something they could use to just create entertainment really for their viewers. And we had some good successes during last year and this year. We had some reasonably large scale channels starting to pick the game up and do series, but as anyone in the modern games industry knows, YouTubers are kind of some of the most important people now to get the public to know about your game, and the bigger they are, the harder they are to just contact, because everyone's trying to contact them. So our approach has just been to try and make the game good, provide ways that people can enjoy the game, different ways and so on, and lots of things to do, and hope that people would find it, and I guess it worked.
Wonderful. Yeah, the hardest thing is to do all that and then some. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going around aimlessly and just trying to see what there is to offer in this. Like,
yeah, I was going to say, what's your strategy here, Cotton?
my strategy is to not dead, because honestly I'm so up my own butt when it comes to playing this game.
So I remember this was the first question we asked you guys the last time you were on, and I'm going to ask it again. We were wondering today whether or not we would have Giant playing the game or try and have a multiplayer going on, but it doesn't look like multiplayer is implemented yet.
That's right. Multiplayer has for a long time been like the big upcoming feature that everyone asks for, and it's been very frustrating because we haven't really felt that we could sort of start making serious progress on it, because it's such a big feature and we were such a small team, and it's kind of, we sort of set this expectation that we were constantly adding stuff to the build, responding to community feedback and trying to add new stuff. And the problem is that if we set the team focusing on multiplayer for a month or two, then everything else slows down and we're not doing those regular updates. But we've been working on growing the team. In fact, we had a new programmer join us just last week, and we've now reached a size where we feel that we can start to make real progress on that without having to slow down everything else. So it's very exciting. We will be starting actual implementation work on multiplayer in the next few days even probably, and we'll be hoping to have some kind of first playable version with a bit of luck by the end of next month.
Oh, good. That's what was I going to say? I've heard from many devs that when you're looking at the scope of a game, it's difficult enough trying to make something really quality, but once you add in the fact that it might be multiplayer, that kind of makes this exponential mountain that you've got to climb.
Yeah, it can be like that. I mean, these days, obviously, there's lots of great tech out there to help you, sort of save you from reinventing the wheel over and over again. Everyone knows that multiplayer tech is hard, and with Unity, we benefit from that. But obviously, it's a lot more than just the sort of low-level network layer that has to be done. It's really kind of the design of the game and the high-level technical structure of the game has to make sense for multiplayer. A lot of the stuff about the way the basic game engine works has to, consider all the different variables. I think multiple people doing multiple things and possibly fighting over the same objects in the world. So it's just hard, and it's going to take us some time. But I'm so excited that we can really start getting to grips with it now.
Yeah, definitely.
So I've been shooting things and turning them into stuff. What do I do with said stuff?
Okay, well, if you want to start crafting, then you need to do some refining. But for that, you will need the appropriate base blocks to actually pick the stuff up and start turning them into other stuff. So the start out base that you now get in the start of the game that's really just a sort of regeneration save point. So you've got a solar generator there and a regen shield projector. And the generator makes power, and the shield projector can repair damage on your vehicle when you go near it. So that's all that can do. What you'll need to do is explore around a bit, find one of the encounters in the world that's got some base pieces, and then if you defeat the Guardians there, you can grab the pieces and start making a base that does more interesting stuff.
Wonderful. So is there anything that will tell me if I'm close to one, and how can I tell where I am versus where things are?
Yeah.
Where my base is?
Well, after you play for a while, there should be like a little arrow thing that pops up that tells you there's something interesting over here, because you can go anywhere, but there are some places where the interesting things are. There it is right now. Speak of the devil.
Perfect.
So I think the order of this is, what that's actually going to tell you first is it's going to point you towards an encounter where you can win a radar block. And when you get the radar block, you're going to get a mini-map, and the mini-map will tell you where some other stuff is.
Okay.
And then once you've defeated that encounter, you will soon enough be prompted about other encounters. There's nothing stopping you from just going to find the encounters directly. I can even tell you where to go if you like, if you want to tangle with some of the things that can give you new base parts. But you might want to get in a fight or two first and just like get some more weapons there, because it's quite... Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you've got some new pieces there. Always good to have a few guns when you're going out for a scrap.
Yes, it is. Oh, what's this? This is a drill. Not very useful right now.
But you're getting there. You're getting there.
So you guys did launch on Steam. What's the cost? I haven't even checked. Just for people that are interested in picking it up.
Yeah, so the game is at the same price it's been pretty much the whole time, which is £20 or $30. There's an extra thing that you can buy on top of that, which is called the R&D pack, which is it's not a DLC in the normal sense. The idea of that is for people who want to get sort of extra access to development content. The R&D pack allows you access to the private in-game forum, the private developer forum, and you get a preview of all the sort of work-in-progress experimental parts that we're working on before they go into the main game, which they all will eventually. But to keep that separate for the players who aren't necessarily interested in that kind of thing, we've separated that out so you don't have to pay for it if it's not what you're into.
Ooh,
that is really cool, though. That's neat if you want to be involved with the game and you actually have the choice to. Have you found that that's really helped, like with playtesting and whatnot on the development side?
Oh, it's absolutely huge for us. I mean, this is kind of the cornerstone of our development strategy, really. We decided this from the outset. We really wanted to see what we could do with this game with involving the player community as much as possible in the process. So obviously, you know, we get feedback on the Steam forums and our own forum on our website. We take a lot of account of that, but also by giving players, you know, those who are interested, access to like this work in progress, unfinished stuff. We get to learn so much about, you know, all the issues with it that we didn't necessarily think about when we created it, because it's such a, the game, you know, is one of those games that you can just do so much with. It's very flexible. You can combine things together in any way at all. And we learned through experience that there's no point really trying to predict everything that players will do with the new stuff that we put in. They're always going to surprise us. So we thought, you know, why not try and actually work that into the development process, because it's always been such a good way, you know, for us to learn and evolve. And that seems to be working pretty well. You know, a load of people really get into it. We're already seeing, now that the game is kind of fleshing out a bit more, has more content in it, we're seeing some people making some absolutely crazy stuff that we just never even imagined anyone would do. So it's pretty fun.
One of the neatest features, I think, is we always show off sumo, which we'll probably do in the second portion of this.
Oh yes.
I love how you guys, when I'm playing, people know when I'm playing Terra Tech because my Twitter will just go haywire. So when you save the things that you can create in the sumo, the battle arena, it'll actually post to Twitter, and other users can grab them from Twitter to bring like the creations that I make into their game to see if they can face off. Though I saw you guys have been doing the rank system a lot lately too.
Yeah, we came up with the basic technology for that last summer. The idea that you can encode a vehicle design actually into the pixel data of an image and use that to share it on Twitter, just for a bit of fun, really. And that's proved quite popular. And so we've been kind of building other types of gameplay on top of that. So we had the sumo ranked match thing at the end of last year we introduced, which is quite fun. And the newest thing that we've done with that is actually integrated into the main game mode now. And that's the invasion system. I don't know if you've had a go with that yet, but basically, once you find the encounter around here, which gives you access to additional cabs and additional AI controllers, so that you can make multiple techs. We're calling them techs now. You can then you can use the snapshot button that you've got in the bottom left of the screen there. When you have a secondary tech, you can use that to send one of your techs off as an invader, and that means that you sacrifice it from your current game. All the blocks kind of teleport into space, and then that invader will then go into other people's world if they're playing the game and they're connected to Twitter. So your thing that you've made will show up as an invader in someone else's work and basically in world and hunt them down and try and kill them. Yeah, and it's, you know, if you succeed, you'll get a star on your tweet and so on, and some currency.
That's one of the neatest things I think you guys have done is really integrated kind of the social media into your game, and so it's self-promoting at the same time that you have players playing it. It's really quite intelligent and really smartly done.
Yeah, it's been fun to do as well. I mean, we obviously have to be a little bit careful with it because some people, you know, really don't like the idea of spamming people on Twitter. So we have to make sure, you know, it's completely optional. You don't have to do this to play the game, and we do it in such a way that we make sure that the player is pre-warned of everything that's going to happen, so that they don't get, you know, they're not accidentally tweeting loads of stuff. But basically, for the people who are into that kind of stuff, yeah, it's there, and you can really go to town with it.
Okay,
You're that's your base, by the way, that you're shooting.
Oh,
you just won that base. So
I didn't realize I won the base.
yeah, we need to message that a bit more clearly. So we've got these scripted encounters now in the world where the idea is to sort of give you a little showcase of some of the stuff that you can do.
Oh. Losing it?
Defeat the guardians, you get ownership. So
Okay.
it's just
Well, making
demonstrating. Yeah,
Do you hear the ringing?
and
That's the ringing is my money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my money.
Oh,
yeah, we need to do a bit of work
Oh,
on that
there's
sound
this.
effect. Actually, it's a little bit insistent.
I I wasn't sure if like your phone was ringing. I couldn't see a screen. That's
So
why.
is there a way for me to move this over to my... Oh, I just broke it. Oh, did we lose him? Are you still there?
So yeah,
Oh, there we go.
So if you do that like it was, or a slightly different way of doing something similar, then anytime you deliver resources to it, it will, depending on how you set it up, it will try to refine the resources and then try and deliver the things that it's made, and you'll get cash for those.
I think it'll just be my own resource.
Yeah.
I need better... what is this thing? The
So-
GSO receiver.
Another thing I was going to ask about is I know in the original plans and that there are many factions of the game. I was killing some of the Guardians and like some of the tech from the other factions is available, but there's no way currently to like start as playing a different type of faction or anything like that.
That's right, and we probably are not going to add that in the near future, directly, because the idea of Terra Tech is not one where you choose a team. It's not a faction system in that sense. We call them corporations, and the idea is that the fiction of the game is that you're this kind of private mining contractor, with a contract to explore alien worlds and gather stuff and sell it. And you can license technology from any of the corporations that provide technology to build out your fleet with. So you don't have to just restrict yourself to one of these corporations. You can bind them all. So there are currently 3 in the game, and as you get access to the pieces, you'll be able to... oh, you found a nice bug there. Yeah, whoops. You've got 2 bases on top of each other.
Oh.
Never mind. But yeah, as you gain access to the technology from the different corporations, you can kind of combine it together. And as we keep fleshing out the content of the game, you'll find that we'll be trying to balance that so as to create interesting trade-offs between the strengths and weaknesses of different corporations. So the grey and white blocks that you're seeing now, that's your default corporation GSO, and that is intended to provide you with a sort of broad coverage of the main functions of the game. So you've got a bit of weaponry, a bit of mining stuff, a bit of resource gathering stuff, a bit of everything, and nothing is massively specialized or powerful. And then the other corporations specialize in different areas. So when you get access to the Geocorp parts, which is the big sort of box of yellow ones, they are good for specialized heavy mining operations. They don't have weapons, but they're good if you want to make stuff that's really powerful, drills or hammers or whatever. And then the third corporation we have at the moment is called Venture, and their pieces are this sort of striking red, white and blue color. You'll see them in the attract mode, and they're really good for making sort of lightweight, high-power scouting vehicles or flying vehicles or craft like that. But they're not so useful. They're a bit weaker in a fight.
There's a lot to think about in the game. That's for darn sure. Which is good because it adds a lot to the overall replayability.
Yeah, we've kind of we've reached that critical mass now with the most recent set of updates, where there's now sort of like way too much to potentially do, than you can manage in a few hours. So there's just, you don't really run out of things that you could do now, and the challenge for us as the dev team is to make sure that we're actually making the player aware of all these things that they could do and trying to introduce them in a structured way. So one of the new things that we've been doing a lot of work on in the last couple of months is the crafting system. We had a crafting system in there before, but it was all based around a sort of fixed base building that could only work in one way, and it was all driven off like a single massive menu, which was not really much fun to interact with. And we've now kind of separated everything out into this building block system, so that building factories follows the same kind of design ethos as building vehicles. Like, how it works depends on how you build it, what blocks you snap together and in what ways they connect. So there's another example of a pre-made base that is set up to refine energy producing resources into energy, which will then power the battery modules and the 2 different types of shield that are built onto that base. So you can see it's got a defensive shield, which is the blue one, and it's got a regen projector as well. It's also got a refinery and a generator block for turning refined substances into energy, which is charging up some batteries, which in turn are powering those energy sources. So you now own that base, which means you can power it up, you can use it to recharge batteries, or you can disassemble it and, you know, combine it with your other base building or whatever you feel like doing.
Can I grab the entire thing at once, or will it just explode on me?
You can't at the moment. This is something that people have been asking about a lot recently. Is when they win, when they capture a base, they want to sort of take it wholesale and put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which is a really good point. I mean, what you sort of could do is you could stick a cab on it if you had a second cab, which you'd have to make or find, and then I think theoretically you could then take control of that building and stick some wheels on it and drive it away. But that is a bit of a hassle right now, and we're going to need to do some work to make that a little bit easier, because people are kind of requesting the ability to do that.
Okay.
It's one of these sort of fun issues that we discover now that we sort of give people new toys to play with, is they immediately find cool things they want to do with them, and then we have to work out how to support that.
Yeah, definitely. But I guess it's all a learning experience as you go along, right?
Right. So yeah, the way the new crafting system works is you can take these raw materials and they can be refined if you have the right refineries, and then there are these fabricator blocks that you can build on, which when inputs get delivered to them, they will turn it into a different kind of output, and that's how you craft stuff. So everything has its own recipe, and at the moment you just have to sort of experiment and learn what those recipes are, which is a little bit tricky. In the next update, which will be dropping in a matter of a day or two, we'll oh no, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I screwed up.
But you're okay. We've one of the recent feature additions that we've made is, which is I suppose quite a big one, is in that situation where you get blown up, it's not a game over anymore, because we sort of never really intended the game to be like a punishing, you know, survival game. It's not really supposed to feel like that. So what we do now is when you get blown up, you can respawn with like a starting vehicle, and then you have the chance to go back and find all your old parts. You know to hit B to pick yourself up, right?
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. You just use the build beam.
I
You're
was
probably
just
going to
really
get blown up there.
I was
But
just
you can
really
always
hoping that I
respawn.
could somehow manage to kill him with my limited everything.
And do you guys already have it implemented? Because I know eventually you want to be able to make other vehicles that have their own AI or their own jobs to do, to kind of make this whole real-time strategy in this base building. Is that implemented now, or is that coming in the future?
It is implemented now. We need to do a little bit of work on it because it's not very obvious right now, but one of the other base encounters that you can find if you drive around a bit has a guardian which is protecting a dispenser where you can get an extra cab and an extra AI controller. So if you win that fight, you immediately get like some extra pieces that you can use, and you can make a secondary vehicle which you can either use like as a little buddy to follow you around and help you in fights or carry stuff, or you could just send it straight off as an invader to grief other people, basically. So you can do that right now, and what you can also do with this example base has a lot of crafting bits on it, so you can see their refineries and fabricators. If you learn the recipes, you can actually now craft new cabs and new AI controllers. So you've got everything you need to make out a whole fleet now.
Okay.
But obviously, it's not completely obvious how to learn those recipes at the moment. There is a wiki. Our community have been making a wiki. The guys from Curse have set us up a wiki, and people are busily populating that. But
Cool.
in the new update that's coming in a day or two, there's actually a built-in system which kind of shows you all the recipes that you've discovered. So when you mouse over the factory blocks, I think it is, it will show you a list of every recipe that you've crafted in them to help you learn. And we'll be doing more stuff along those lines to sort of make it easier to experiment and learn different things you can do.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
So we have a few questions in chat. I'm not sure how much of this you can or want to answer, so don't feel like you have to. They're wondering the $30 price point on early access. They're wondering if it's $30 now, is it going to be the same for the full version, or what is the reasoning there?
So the reasoning there is we have to support the team while we make the game. Originally we had a price point around there for Kickstarter, and we've tried to be quite sensitive about lowering that price point because we don't want our early backers to feel burned. I won't say too much about it, but I mean we're not kind of married to one price point. Ideologically, we're trying to find the right one that works for the game and that basically helps to support us without well allowing people to afford the game and play it. So yeah, if anyone's feeling that's a bit too high, I'm not going to say that we're going to change it or not, but there's bound to be some other way that you can get hold of it at some point. So if you really can't afford that, hang fire and something will probably happen.
So I still don't really know where I've come from. I think I just have to follow north, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Oh, you found that thing. So ahead and to your left, you'll find your way back to your regen base. We've got a bug with the radar at the moment that if you actually move your regen point around, then it gets lost and it doesn't show up on the minimap anymore. We fixed that in the latest build, so if you update in a couple of days, you'll find that that's going to be a bit easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know we've been primarily in like the forest biome and the desert biome, but how many biomes are there in the game?
There are 4 at the moment. Eventually there will be more than 4. At the moment there's a kind of hard limit in the engine that we have to do some work on that stops us from having more than 4. But the idea is, over time as we keep building the game out, it's that we'll be adding much more content, not just new biomes but variations on existing biomes, so that it won't just be like 4 things that are always exactly the same each time. What you're also going to find, again, new update that's going to drop in a day or two, is the population of NPCs will now change depending on where you are. So the starting area, the grassland area that you're in at the moment, will get a bit easier because that will become the sort of like training wheels area. People can hang around and just if they want to focus on building and messing about, they'll be mostly safe in there. But then when you go out into the desert and the mountains especially, that's where you'll tend to meet vehicles from different corporations, and that's also where things will get a bit more dangerous. So you'll tend to get invaders will be more likely to find you when you're in different zones, for example.
Is there a better fuel source than wood?
Well, what you should be happening there is, the generator is refining that wood into hydrocarb, which is better than wood. So that base design is not particularly efficient because when things don't get picked up by the generator, they just they tend to get passed through and delivered before they get converted into energy. But there's nothing stopping you from modelling that bit if you look at how it works and making it a little more efficient so you get the max out of your wood.
Yeah, that one doesn't seem to be working too well compared to the other one that I had. But right now I'm still kind of turned around for where I was.
Yeah, I think it was back like sort of in front and to well, I wouldn't say where it's relative to where you are now because I'm probably watching the stream a little bit out of sync. But kind of I could tell you when you're getting warm. You're getting cold at the moment.
Yeah, I was just going to go see what that thing was again. This is how I play games. I just don't know what I'm doing and then hope it works.
Ta-da!
Yeah, and we'll, like I say, we'll be adding more stuff to make it easier to find your bearings and navigate around. Because, like I said, we got to the point now where it's more a question of making sure people understand what's in the game and know and can learn what to do with it.
Oh, I see.
Because there's plenty of stuff to do now. So you're getting warmer.
Yeah, I see it in the distance. I'm just going to chop down all these trees because they're just in my way. They're blocking my view. Who needs trees? Yeah, that's what I thought. Trees. So there's one main song in this. Is there a plan for adding more to the soundtrack?
Definitely, yeah. It's on the long list of things we really need to do. We've got a great composer, Dave Dexter, who came up with this for us, and we want to do a lot more with him. Again, look out for, maybe not in the next build, but look out in builds coming soon for music that varies with which biome you're in. We already do that with the ambience, but we'll want to do that with the music as well, so it feels more like a sort of populated world.
Definitely. Are you going to keep it thematically the same? Because I have loved that guitar.
Whoa!
Yeah, we're pretty happy with the sort of feeling of the guitar. We get a lot of positive feedback about it. So that's going to stay. This is the you found the boss that guards the extra cab and an AI module. So yeah, that's actually quite easy to defeat. Yeah, we'll stick with the guitar probably, but we'll have the idea is there'll be sort of different styles within that are used in different situations and different biomes. But we will stick with that thematically.
Cool. That's great.
So now you can build some interesting stuff.
Really? So should I bring this stuff back with me, or?
Up to you, man. If you grab that, if you now grab that AI controller, which is floating in one of the dispensers, you can make a vehicle with that, or what you could do is take the cab and build onto that and make a separate vehicle, and then stick the AI controller on it, and that will then be a sort of little buddy guy that will try and follow you around.
So I got the rotating anger. I see the SAP cab, and then there's this third one that it doesn't want to tell me what it is.
It'll tell you if you mouse over. We need to fix that bouncing because it makes it a little hard to get
there it is.
a fix on things, but yeah. Probably the best thing to do is take the cab, build a tech around it, and then stick the AI controller on it, and then you'll see it wakes up and starts following you.
I just broke it. No, I didn't want to give him my... take that. Oh yeah, there it goes. Hey, get back here. What if I want to put stuff on you? Why did I just flip over? And this third thing...
You've got the rotating place there, which you don't particularly need at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So Russ, in the story game like this, what's your favorite kind of vehicle to build?
Oh wow. Well, I have a bit of a soft spot for the flying vehicles. They're not that easy to build. Maybe it's the challenge that I like. One of the things that we'll be doing in the coming weeks as we flesh out the content a bit more is trying to add like scripted encounters that kind of teach you how to build flyers and and so on. We thought we'd maybe have one that's sort of little thing out in the desert with a half completed plane that you can finish off, just to sort of teach you the basics. So yeah, we'll be doing more to make that easier, because I think a lot of people probably aren't even aware that they can build things that can fly, and even when they are, they probably find it quite difficult if they haven't messed around with it in the challenge modes.
Okay, so I gotta make this little guy actually not stupid. He's pretty stupid.
Yeah, you'll find if you build on the cab, before you attach the AI controller, it won't drive on its own. you can control it, but it won't drive itself. So that's quite good for just building. And then when it's finished, you can sort of stick the AI controller on it, and it'll wake up.
How do you move over to that though?
You just double click on it. You probably want to, I was going to say move that base out of the way, make it easier. But yeah, you just double click to focus, and you can switch between any tech.
Cool.
Not working. There we go. This is how I do it. This is how I work. I just hope that I don't break it, but I
You just
usually
threw blocks in front of you on the floor.
Yep.
And you can always hit. You got it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're probably going to change that double click control because sometimes people accidentally pull stuff off when they're trying to build. We'll be looking at that in the next couple of weeks. But you've got it now, and when you're happy with that build, as I say, you can use it as a buddy, or you could always choose to go invading with it and see what happens.
I'm just gonna throw some guns on it and let him do his own thing. Go back to my own.
To invade.
What?
You have to go invade somebody.
Invade somebody? You're just being pushy. That's what I think.
I'm just saying, you're throwing guns all over me. You may as well go and do something with them.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think.
So, how do you guys? I guess anybody can invade with anything, right? So, does that mean it's possible to have like some of the true sumos that I see in sumo form, where they take up half of the frickin' arena? Is it possible that you're gonna go into a biome and you'll have an invader there, and then boom, this mountain is just gonna pop right in front of you and be able to like destroy you and your world?
Yeah, that is entirely possible.
Interesting.
At the moment, there is an algorithm that sort of decides how powerful an invader can be, because we don't want people to just get mullered straight away by something that's way bigger than them. So the more developed a player gets, the bigger are the invaders that are likely to invade them. And as I say, in the next update, also we'll be keying that off the biome, so you'll be able to kind of stick around in the safe zone of the grassland if you don't want to get those kind of encounters. But then if you're ready to fight, you can just go exploring and you'll start to get the invaders happening. Yeah, it's been really interesting because it's one of those things. It depends on user-generated content, so it's difficult for us to actually control the difficulty balance of the invaders. And we have found, there were a little too many invasions at first, so some people were just getting smacked down pretty quickly. And obviously we can't control really the difficulty of the invaders that are getting sent out there. But the changes that we've made to kind of section it up by biome should hopefully make it a little bit easier for people to kind of control when they're ready for that challenge and when they're not. That's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Fleeting Infinity is asking, because there is a random algorithm for determining the power of the invader, what's it based on?
It is based on a value assessment of each tech. So
What are you doing to me?
every block has a value which determines kind of how useful, how important it is, depending on how strong your actual main vehicle is, that will sort of control the total value of the things that attack you. We're probably going to tweak this a bit. It's a bit rough and ready at the moment, but we'll add a bit more nuance to control it. And there's also a lot of work happening on the AI behavior at the moment, so hopefully the AI buddies will be a little bit less dense about driving straight into you when they're trying to get to something else.
He's just like,
Sorry
don't worry,
about that.
boss, I got this for you. You're killing Doper, I got it for you, boss.
Excuse me, boss. Excuse me.
Seriously, I'm just trying. You just gotta let me do this, man. Just doing whatever this is, and so for the money that you're making in this,
Yeah.
what eventually, will I find something that I can eventually use the money with?
Not right now. that's something we need to work on. We give you the money and get you used to the process of making it, but you can't really do much with it. Coming soon in an update near you, there will be a new block. There'll be at least one new shop block, probably a couple of different shops, which you can use to directly spend that money on stuff. So that will include actually just buying new blocks directly without having to craft them. And also, we'd like to have a feature where if you've saved any designs that you've made by hitting the snapshot button, you can then kind of warp in a complete pre-made tank by spending lots of money. Yeah, so you can just, all that currency you build up, you can use it to create yourself a little army of drones, or a big army. So yeah, that's probably looking like at least a couple of updates away to get something going there, but soon.
Well, we're looking forward to that too.
Yeah, definitely. How many? Is this a question I can ask? How many different blocks are there in the game? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I should probably know that. It keeps changing because we keep adding stuff. I'd say there's maybe 80, 90 at the moment.
Wow. That's actually a lot more than I thought there would be.
Yeah, I mean, right now you're just looking at the GSO ones, which is sort of 30 plus. Well, practically probably more like 40 or 50 if you include all the factory blocks that we've got now. But then you haven't really seen much of adventure and geocorp vehicles, which from the next update you'll start seeing a lot more of those in the population.
Dude, made entirely of wheels.
I don't know. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of those, and then we've got the experimental parts as well, which will be making their way into the main game in due course, but are available currently in the R&D pack. That's just going to keep on going up.
So you have no end in sight on when you feel like this game will be ready for you, basically.
Done when it's done.
Hopefully not. I mean, the idea is that if it goes well, we don't really ever want to stop making it better and adding to it. There might be, there still might be a sort of version 1.0 where we say, okay, we're not in early access anymore, but we'll still carry on adding stuff, and that could be this year. But we'll see how we go. Basically, hopefully, as long as it's making enough money to support us, we'll keep on working on it.
Definitely. Good.
Another question from chat.
Whoa, we just blew up all my stuff.
Are there going to be any volatile parts or builds, like with the possibility of breaking down or exploding?
Well, you're probably noticing that your parts are actually doing a bit of breaking down and exploding at the moment. The blocks can take damage, and some of them do actually have like a forceful damaging explosion. So in particular the fuel tanks, you're not seeing very many fuel tanks, and they're not lasting for very long, because when you get attacked by something with a fuel tank, it tends to blow up quite quickly. It's very weak. But you can craft them, and they're not that useful at the moment, and they are a bit of a weak spot. But we'll be doing some more work on the balance of those soon as well. But yeah, we've got block explosions. We'll be working on area of effect bullets as well that do big impact damage.
Cool.
So
God, I love this game.
So I kind of just died.
I have really enjoyed watching this game build over the. I think it was close to 6 months ago that we first had you guys on the show.
Yeah, it's been a while. That's for sure. Well, yeah, back when we first started, what was there? There wasn't.
I'd have to look.
Much.
I'd have to look.
So whatever I have going on right here, it's not working out.
Putting a wheel on the back really drags it down.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my daddy.
I didn't tell you what to do. I was just telling you why what you were doing didn't work.
Everything works perfectly. Works exactly the way I wanted it to, as in derpy. means I'm probably gonna die here too. Cause
So what have you thought of the single player so far, Giant?
Okay, I absolutely love it. I'll tell you that right now. The only thing
sounds
that
like a
I need,
preface.
the only thing that I need to really figure out is how to do the whole mouse and keyboard thing with this. For me personally, it's kind of foreign. Like
Are you saying that you would prefer to play it with a controller?
controller, possibly. I don't know.
Well, it just so happens that we are working on that right now. So, because we're looking to work towards console releases, and also we want to be supporting PC gamers who prefer gamepads. So yeah, look out for that in the next few weeks. We've already got the basic vehicle controls working with controllers, and it's really nice, to be honest. It's kind of nicer than mouse and keyboard. The tricky bit is the building interface, which needs a bit more thought, but we're working on that at the moment. And look out for some updates soon.
Oh, cool.
Wonderful.
Carl says don't be lazy.
I mean, don't be lazy. What am I being lazy about? I'm just trying to make something that doesn't fall over. Since I died. And I'm trying to not die now. Oh wait, this is the guy with all those wheels. I could learn something from him. Although I'm not, I'm just... I used to play with Lego all the time. In fact, I also had this stuff called Constructs, which was like a girder system, kind of like Kinects, except more cool. Because it was made before Kinects. So naturally it's more cool.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we just had in chat, Killer Peachy got invaded by a motor guy. I was going to ask, Russ, what are some of the most interesting builds that you've seen invade players, or yourself?
Well, I couldn't really describe one using words, but we've had some pretty cool stuff. It's actually we need to look at the balance of the encounter where we first offer you the cabs, because that box that protects the cab and the AI controller has got a load of guns attached to it, and it's quite easy once you've finished that encounter to then just make all the guns and wheels into one big thing that's really quite dangerous. So we've seen people just get completely whitewashed by something that was actually really easy to make. We'll probably need to look at that again. But yeah, we've seen some pretty good stuff come through, and obviously all the stuff that all goes through Twitter. So anything that someone sends pops up on the Twitter feed if you search for #MyTerratech. So it's quite easy to kind of look at some of the crazy stuff that people have been sending.
Oh, crazy. Giant, I was going to say, we're hitting about 8 o'clock here. Did you want to switch it up and show off sumo or the racing or the flying?
Yeah, sure. Let me kill this guy, or let him kill me, whichever one happens first. This is a battle of epic proportions. Oh yeah. I lost a wheel, that jerk.
But you can take his.
Yeah, I'm taking his wheel. I'm taking your wheel, bruh. That's right. That's how it goes. The world.
Oh, 2 more questions. Sorry, from chat. One was from Fleeting Infinity. He's asking if there are any environments themselves that are going to be dangerous, where the environments can attack or damage you in any way. And
yep. No, what's the second one?
I was personally gonna ask if I know, like, when your pieces are damaged and that they start blinking red. Is there any way that you can repair them?
Well, so the main way to repair the damaged pieces is to go back to the regen point and just drive into there, and that's the kind of mechanism for that. And then as to dangerous environments, yeah, absolutely, we're really keen to do that. Obviously, some of the things for that would depend on some more development, but I personally am very keen to add like a lava sort of magma environment, and that will be the area where hover jets would be really useful, because anything driving along is going to take damage, but if you've got your hover jets, then you could potentially get across like a lava lake or whatever without taking damage. So yeah, that'll be really cool. Anything involving fluids like water or lava or anything needs some more engine work. I don't know exactly when we'll be able to do that, But yeah, we're definitely going to be doing more with the environments.
Cool. And I was also going to ask later on, like a year from now, 2 years from now, if the game does well, it's very popular, and you guys have updates coming out, are you planning to release updates for free? Are they going to be DLC? Are they going to be paid for expansions? I assume it's pretty early to ask that, but I thought I'd kind of throw it out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way it works at the moment is, on the PC build at least, everything that we do will go into the game for no extra cost. So we only have the one DLC, the R&D pack, and that's not really like extra content, it's kind of a content preview for people who want to see the new stuff. So that's the way it works at the moment. I'm not going to say that it will always be that kind of revenue model. Different models work better on different platforms. So when we look at bringing this thing to consoles, we might switch it up and try more of a kind of low price point and DLC model or something. It's entirely possible that in the future we'll find a whole different revenue model that just makes more sense for the product. But I don't know what that'll be right now. So certainly for the near future, it'll just be like this. The game is the game, and we keep adding more stuff to it.
Cool.
Very nice.
Just to mention as well, if any, I guess probably not many of your viewers are in the UK, but anyone who is, we're just about to start the this year's calendar of consumer shows where we go and show Terra Tech. EGX Resd in London is this week, starting on Thursday. So we'll be there with the latest build, and then we've got Insomnia in a few weeks in Coventry after that, the Gadget Show, and there'll be all the Comic Cons and more Insomnias, and probably Eurogamer later on in the year. So anyone who happens to be in the UK and wants to see the latest stuff and meet the team, we will be there.
That is a busy schedule. And I guess so is the life of a game dev.
Yeah.
So it is, yeah.
I know
we really look forward.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we really look forward to doing these shows. It's one of our best chances to actually learn directly by watching people play. We've kind of been missing it because the calendar finished, last one I think was around the end of October or maybe early November. So feels like we've been flying blind for 4 months, putting stuff in without being able to watch people play it immediately. So we're really looking forward to getting back into that cycle again.
I like that, actually. That's play testing is such an important part of developing that it's nice to see kind of a focus put on it, even when you're just going to shows and showing the game off.
Yeah, and it's such a fun thing to do. The whole team makes a point of doing that. We're up to 9 of us now, and it's one of the most rewarding aspects of the whole development is just being able to be in the same space as people who are enjoying the game, especially the kids. The kids really love it, and that's always so great to see.
Well, anytime you can play with Lego without having to buy a $4,000 set,
Right.
definite advantage. So that being said, you can totally sell your game for $4,000.
Yeah, of course, right? It's cheap.
Yeah, no, it's nothing compared to the Legos. That should be your slogan. Terra Tech, you could buy Lego.
Actually, I do feel that games where you're making vehicles and that are definitely on the rise in popularity. You've got Rollcraft, Autocraft. You've got things like Besiege as well, where you need to make vehicles or engines to do a certain job. But there is nothing quite as complex as Terra Tech. There's not any other game that has as many features, I find, as Terra Tech, where you've got the whole explorable world, you've got different different modes to play and that kind of thing. So it's really quite interesting. I'm surprised that there are only 9 people on the team. I expected that there would have been a much bigger studio behind Terra Tech.
Yeah, we're lean and mean. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that always happens in game development is you come up with a cool idea and you think, wow, this is going to be the best thing ever, and then sometime after you've sort of committed to it and made your irreversible decisions, that's when you discover all the other games that had that idea as well. And so we had that moment when we first heard about Robocraft and a few other games actually with this sort of core mechanic, and thought, oh dear, I guess it's a good idea if other people have independently thought of it. But the really kind of nice thing about it has been to see that there isn't another game that's trying to do the same thing with it. Like, Robocraft is a great game, and they're going in their own direction with it, and we're going in our direction, and there's plenty of room really. So it's been happy to discover that no one else is really going for this kind of like free form building on the fly while exploring a world and doing resource gathering style of gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
There are others that are more about the kind of arena combat and repeat rebuild cycle, that kind of thing, which is really awesome, and there's plenty of space for those. But yeah, we seem to have a little niche with what we're doing with it. It's really nice.
That's actually the exact word I was going to say. You guys have really kind of carved out your own niche there, and that you have so many people that are really, really into like sumo on Twitter, but you also have that translates really well into the main game as well. So I'll be curious to see what happens with it once the game's further along and multiplayer is implemented at the same time.
Yeah, so will I, man. That's the main thing about the way we do Terra Tech is we're as curious to see where we go with it as everyone else. Because it totally depends on what people do. Just to give you a heads up, I mean, probably what we'll start out with the multiplayer is like a kind of, oh well, you found another bug, nice. We'll probably start out with kind of a limited game mode just to kind of road test the tech.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll start out, and it won't be okay. I think your cab is actually invincible.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just let me put a gun on and I'll go and try and kill you. Let me put a gun on, okay?
You found the gun.
Oh, he blew up the other gun. I think he's blew on himself up.
There you go. You got a gun.
There,
now you don't have a gun.
Yeah, good point.
I'm invincible.
But yeah, so we'll probably start with a game mode that's like a sort of restricted environment. Maybe a sort of a Robot Wars or a BattleBots kind of environment is something that we might do early on before we have like the whole full exploration and resource gathering gameplay networked.
Yeah.
And then depending on what people like, we can quite possibly focus on like more tightly defined game modes. I'm quite keen to see what happens when we give people modes that do things a bit like a MOBA kind of environment, or a sort of. We're quite keen on the idea of a Hunger Games mode where people have to sort of you dump a load of stuff in the middle and people have to sort of rush in and grab what they can.
Bring that up. I'd love to see that where it's like a ball pit in the middle of just random parts, and to see last man standing wins.
Yeah, well, there's so many of those things that we can do, and the engine's flexible, so it's not too hard.
Yeah.
And he says making promises.
You guys do have some great modes. Like, we're just showing off just before. I know you have to get out of here, so whenever you need to get out of here, Russ, be my guest. But we're showing off the Rocket Challenge right now, which has two distinct challenges. One is height, one is distance, and both ways you can't touch the ground, I think. Is that correct?
That's right. The little high score table you've got on the top right there, that's based on distance. It's how far you can travel without touching the ground. But it also tracks height as well if you're interested.
That's so
this
cool.
was actually the very first challenge mode that we ever had in Terra Tech, and this completely came about because we'd just put in the rockets feature, and we'd taken the game to a show. It was the show, in fact, it was EGX Resd this time last year, the very, very first show that we did, and it was the first time that we'd shown the game to the public. And what happened immediately was someone put on the rocket boosters, and instead of using them to go along the ground, they used them to go up. And we thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun if we had a challenge to see how far you could go? I actually coded up this mode overnight after the first day of Res. Well, that was back in the days when you could kind of do that kind of thing. It's a little harder these days, but yeah, and then the next day we had a slightly buggy but functional rocket challenge mode, and it proved to be a lot of fun.
I don't know what exactly I'm going to be doing with this, but I'm sure it's going to work.
You are heavy.
No, I'm not.
That is very heavy rocket.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That'll work.
Certainly going to go somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. Bonk.
Yeah, in fact, the whole kind of flying aspect of the game basically evolved out of that kind of chance happening. Because after we saw how much fun this was, we thought, well, what about if we had some wings and stuff? And I had to do a bit of Googling for aerodynamic physics to work out how that worked.
Interesting.
And got something going, and then we had other flying modes and everything. That works better than I thought it was going to work.
Yeah, me too, actually.
See, now the problem that I'm facing is that I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm just going up.
Yeah, what you probably want to do is
Put on...
from the beam, if you let it like fall onto the ground so that it tilts sideways slightly, you need to find that sweet spot angle.
There we go. Now I can just float the rest of the way, since it sort of replenishes every now and then. There we go, perfect. 111 meters, just from my giant thingy.
Bonk.
That's how awesome I am, huh? What was your best? Huh? What was your best?
Couple hundred?
Oh,
I think 600?
I need to put more fuel on it then.
Okay, do it up.
That's how I do it. You gotta put more fuel. Okay. I love that the music just like it's so gung ho and you're.
Oh, I know. It's so frontiersy. It's beautiful. It's completely not what I expected to hear the first time the music came up.
So how do I get back to the spot that I was in, the original spot?
If you hit that little button that looks like a Google Maps pin on the bottom left.
Okay, so from here, we know what we need to do. We need to make it taller with more fuel tanks. And list slightly to the left. You don't sound very optimistic.
I love watching people play this mode. It's just so funny to see the thought processes that people go through.
See, I'm trying to keep it balanced. That's the important thing. Is balance.
So, physics are not an easy thing to learn about in code. How much work did it take to try and like get all of that functional when you're talking about flight or literal rocket science in your game?
Yeah, it's taken quite a lot of work. The good thing about it is that we've been able to do it iteratively, so we've just been kind of like adding things and more things over time. The wing physics weren't actually that bad. I mean, it's not a very accurate model, obviously, but it didn't take too long to get something that roughly worked when I was able to tune it. Funnily enough, the thing that has probably taken a lot more time is the physics of flotation of objects that are held in those holding beams when you've got a tractor pad or similar. Getting the forces right to keep those things in a nice, neat pile without all colliding with each other, which slows the game down, and for it to sort of move nicely when you move around without dropping everything, that is really hard. And I've spent so many hours, and it's still not right, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, physics-based gameplay is actually so much fun to work on as well as to play, and that's been one of the most rewarding aspects of the development for me. I mean, so many of the most sort of fun multiplayer games are the ones based on just sort of physics mayhem. Things like you've probably seen Gang Beasts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we know those guys quite well because they were doing all the same shows as we were last year.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And that's like the classic example of just how physics can be fun, you know, in a fairly undirected way.
Sure, that'll work. All right, here we go.
Yeah, one of the things that we're going to add at some point is make it so that those rockets actually do damage the jets from them. At which point putting your rocket jet above your fuel tank will become a very bad idea.
Yeah, who is it?
Why is that a bad idea?
Killer Peachy and I did something like that in Space Engineers, where we made I think it was like 15 kilometers long, this ship, and we had spaced all these engines right in front of each other. So we hit gas once, and the entire thing just exploded. It took like 2 minutes to explode the thing.
Okay, so 299 meters, not bad. Not bad. Considering how wonky this thing is. Alright, so
That's a good effort.
here we go. That's what I was looking for. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. Keep going. Dang it. Okay, wait. So, how can I improve this?
I'm asking our chat.
How can I improve this? I need to take these off and use smaller rockets and more fuel tanks. Smaller rockets, more fuel tanks.
Well, guys, I'm probably going to head up to bed because it's like 2 in the morning where I am.
That's nuts. Thanks again
That's
for
fine.
being
Yes,
with
thank
us.
you for being a part of the show.
Hey, thanks for playing the game. It's, as always, it's really awesome to see you having so much fun with it. It's what I do this for. So
Okay, well,
yeah.
right before you go, I'm
Nice
going to
job.
launch this one. See how well it
Okay.
does. Oh, that was a good
And
angle.
as always, thank you so much for being on the show, and I'm sure we're gonna stay in touch, and we're gonna have you guys back at the next big update,
Keep going.
which we cannot wait to see. How far? Oh, almost 300 meters.
No, it was at 299. I made it to like 291 that time.
So thank you again, Russ. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Great.
Have fun. Take it easy then.
Thank
You
you.
too. I'm going to keep doing this.
All right.
I need to put more...
We're still gonna play for a little while. We got 40 minutes left or so in the show, and yeah, let's have some fun on Terra Tech. That sounds like a blast to me.
So,
Fleeting Infinity says, it's too heavy on the bottom and not aerodynamic at all. Ready with the fuel tanks off of it on the sides the way it is would be better oriented downward, I think.
aerodynamics, schmerodynamics. Don't worry, this is totally going to work. You're going to see. You're going to see how well this is going to
You
work.
should just do like one single line with fuel tanks spiraling the whole way up and then one rocket on the bottom.
No, see, you're going to see what I'm going to do here.
Okay.
See what I'm doing here? I'm building,
Oh, you're gonna twist it.
and I'm just going to add more fuel tanks.
Oh my.
All the fuel tanks.
That could be a lot of fuel. Now, I don't know if they changed it, but it used to be in this game that there was like a limited number of each piece.
There seems to be,
Okay.
but I'm not sure which ones are limited. Because like the individual cube ones, they're not unlimited so far.
Mm-hmm.
But the double ones that I had are already over and done with. So I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, this is how it's going to work. This is going to work.
Yeah, no, it's looking good. It's a lot of fuel, a lot of jets, a lot of weight, but shh.
You know what? I think we better add some more.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah. This looks good. I like the way this is looking.
I like the way you're looking. Ha ha!
Your face. I like that shit. Have you ever heard that?
How can I shut off shield repair fields? And UG at ADD. Can you shut off shield and repair fields? I'm not sure, Peachy.
It's not working. Work.
Come out there.
There we go.
Okay, what are you calling this?
You know what? I gotta change things up.
The average monstrosity?
Just let it happen. The average sex machine.
Is there an above average?
The average Danny sex bang.
Oh, we need more fuel. I see.
Yeah, see there.
Yeah.
So now that we have this, this is gonna work. No, it really is. I swear it's gonna work. Now I just gotta drop it gently and let it fall a bit, and then boom! Got lots of height. Plenty of height. I need more.
290. Oh man. Yeah, I think if you let it hit and then tilt, you'd be good. I think you'd be good.
I need to make it at least a 500, and then we'll switch, and I'll let you make one and see how to do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Good thoughts.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so let's see if I can just let it fall.
Infinity thinks it looks and sounds painful if it's a sex machine.
It's the dildozer.
You could name it that. You could hit the snapshot.
I'm not gonna call it the dildozer.
Please don't, because I just remembered it's connected to my Twitter.
Okay, here we go. B, let it fall.
Boom! Up here.
This could do it.
Oop.
No, come on, at least there. Okay, we made it over 3.
Oh,
okay,
God.
There we go. 333. That's not bad.
Oh, that's better.
Do I need to make it taller? Maybe
No.
wider.
You haven't played much Kerbal, have you?
No, it's so expensive. By the way, if somebody thinks it's not expensive, they could totally buy it. Stop falling over. All right. Let's see what we got. What can I add or subtract from this? More rockets. Okay. More rockets.
More rockets. That sounds like a very good solution to rockets. I think my chair just broke. I'm alive. It's okay. There.
More rockets. Higher. Further. Louder. Oh, I think I just ran out.
Louder.
Oh, I just ran out.
You ran out of fuel. Yeah, your fuel will regenerate. So technically, I mean, if you found like a fuel to rocket to mass ratio, where your fuel regenerated faster than your falling did, it could be like a continuous thing. Eternal. What's it called? Perpetual motion machine thing.
Perpetual. No, it's not working. There.
Yes, you have a drag/size issue because you're so big. The dildozer is too huge for the job it needs to do. It's more of a missile. Think about how much rocket fuel you have strapped to that piece of metal that you're just gonna fly and land into something. And then
You're right. I
go
need more.
Boom. Wonder if anybody's gotten a CEO, which is 1,000 meters. This guy will.
Right. So, drop it. Let it fall. No.
Need to let it fall just a little bit more.
Yeah, I totally did.
Because you've got nice and straight. You just need to add a 45-degree angle, or a 40-degree
So
angle.
I got 100 meters without doing anything. So that's good.
Yeah.
And
I
look,
wouldn't
it's-
change it at all. I'd just let it drop.
Boom! Not enough.
There you
time.
go. Look at that. See? That's already doing better. Boom!
No, I'm not gonna make it. Oh, look at this!
Ah!
So I need to really just let it seriously just fall almost completely over, and I
Yeah.
have it down pat. Okay, so we're just gonna wait for it to all the fuel to be redone. Okay, so all right, let's do this. Fall over.
Apparently Infinity
There.
thinks it was 700 that I got last time.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, either way, we'll see if we can break 1,000.
No, that didn't work at all.
Oh!
I didn't wait long enough for it to.
You don't want it like flat. You need to go up as well, because it's ballistics, right?
Yes.
You need
Yes, I
height.
played Scorched Earth before.
Exactly. It's a straight up scorched earth Lego.
Okay. This will be the last try. Maybe if I take off something, but I don't know what. I know. Add more fuel.
Normally, I would completely agree with you, and that more is better.
More fuel is much better. Look at all that fuel.
I cannot wait for the multiplayer to come out with this game.
I think I can still stick some more rockets on there too.
You can.
See? Now I'm thinking outside the box.
But in the circle.
In the
That-
circle,
yeah.
but outside the box with the dildozer.
It's a good place to be.
Dildozer. Yeah. Two more rockets. There's room for rockets. There. That's it. Okay.
All right.
Let
It's
it fall
beautiful.
just enough.
Why is your big tank in the red? Oh, that was nice. That was really
no,
nice.
No. It's
That was a
not
good
enough.
launch.
No.
Oh. Okay. We switching?
Yeah, okay, it's your turn.
Okay.
Pardon our manliness.
Man. Yeah. Oh God! I looked right in the light.
Yeah, you might want
That was
to not
smart.
do that.
Okay. We're
Doing the
going
dance.
I'll go over.
Doing a dance. Whoa.
No, whoa,
Okay. Wait a
they
minute.
can see this
There you
on
go.
your camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing okay.
Hwah.
Winning. We're winning right here, right now.
Ha! Who didn't believe that we were actually in the same house, huh? Hmm?
We're
Hmm?
actually thousands of miles away. We just
Yep.
like to use our teleporter. Yes, we have a teleporter. You got a problem with that?
Okay, so we're gonna do a rocket challenge. That's what we're doing.
Rocket challenge. Rocket Revengers are ready to rocket.
I didn't think so. I was like, I wonder if my saves are still here, but it wiped a while ago. Okay.
In the path of the dildozer is not a good place to be.
Okay. We're gonna try this.
Infinity, you're harshing my buzz, man.
What did he say?
Still too much drag and not enough fuel for the size. So you're just gonna go for the Broner.
Yeah, we're doing the Broner. How much fuel will
How
it
much
let me
fuel
have?
does the Broner need to go all the way?
How much fuel is it gonna give me? That's all I'm interested in.
I am kind of wondering about why the double block decided to just stop giving me after like what 4 blocks or something like
I
that.
don't know. I know they've finally tuned this over the year or so that they've been making it.
This is already interesting. It's now the Brodom pole.
We have the best community in the world. The Brodom pole.
Yes, put it.
No, that's too big. Hang on.
I would still think you got to put it on the bottom.
Boop.
You gonna try just small rockets like that?
Boop. We
Or is
are
that
for
just-
now. We are for now.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna go very well. Also, it's not gonna be able to tilt.
I want to see what it does just with those rockets. That'll be an interesting thing.
Sure. Sure, we got time, right?
I'm excited.
Should be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we can pop one right there. Boop.
So it's completely symmetrical. So it's gonna go straight up if you want it to.
Yeah, yeah. So, spacebar, right?
It's no, it's a left shift to fly.
So there's the straight up. Look at that. Look at that.
And
Oh,
it's
so
still
pretty.
going.
Still going. Still going.
Okay, now it's stopped. It's not terribly high.
No, not terribly high. It's too heavy. It's much too
It's not
heavy.
too heavy.
And it doesn't have enough
You just
lift.
need more thrust. The
Yeah.
Broner needs more thrust, man.
Yeah. Yep.
So you got 100.
Yep.
Oh, you're doing the tappity tap tap. Totally
Right?
forgot about that.
Nyom.
Well, you've already beat me.
Nyom.
Because I totally forgot about the whole tapping. Giving it a tap tap taparoo.
Alright. There's 395. That's
You've
not bad.
already beat me by
That's not
62.
bad.
Because
That's a good start.
Because you didn't tell me about the thought process behind doing the tappity tap tap.
Let's try that again, because I think I can do that better.
Now I feel so inferior.
Because we don't have to go high to go far. With the tibbity tap tap. Whoop.
Well, at least now I know the...
Alright,
Oh,
two
two
more.
extra.
Okay, so pretty much.
See, I think
That's
I
as much
could
as
have
we're
made it
gonna
a
get.
lot farther if I would have thought about
The tibbity tap
the
tap.
tippity tap.
I actually I don't deny that.
The whole, I think I was scribbity screwed because of that.
Oh come on, be nice to me. Phew!
Don't throw them away.
Oh
like that.
no, they're like gone.
You might have to fly and get them. or restart completely.
I didn't think they'd just like be gone.
No, you threw them.
Okay.
Scooby Dude? No. Not Scooby
There.
Dude. In fact, I totally forget what we were even talking about.
Scooby Dooby Dude.
Yeah. Tibbity tapping.
Come on. Nope. Yes.
So you're gonna put 4 up there?
No.
You can
Well,
put
we're
4
gonna
though,
run with
can't
2.
you?
We're gonna run with 2 for now.
Oh, this will be interesting. I think you should put 2 small ones for that extra oomph.
Maybe. We
No, I
will.
don't know.
Maybe we
I don't
will.
know.
Maybe we will. Maybe
No,
we will.
no, no.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
ah,
no,
ah,
no.
ah.
You hit a
That
hill.
was not like it. Alright.
What now?
I like this launch position though.
That's a good launch position.
Right?
You have it good right off the bat. Oh,
Boom! What if we
right,
just go
this is
straight?
broken, isn't it?
Yeah, I busted it somehow. I got a fat ass, I guess.
It's your back. Your
I got a fat back.
Oh.
Blah. Blah.
I'm
Okay.
bringing Fatty back. Yeah.
Yeah!
You are the bronus. Hold on.
Okay, well, we've got... You know what we have here? You know what we have?
Come
You know?
on, chat. Tell us what we're doing wrong.
We're not doing nothing wrong. We're doing very well. Very well. We have a great launch platform. And we can
I think
do-
what you needed to do was make it longer than it was. So, like, keep going up and then add more tanks of fuel.
Maybe we will do that. Maybe we'll have
Those
a
big
lot of
ones,
fuel.
those big ones are so awkward, though.
But there's so much gas.
Imagine the fuel bill, man.
There. No. Come on. There we go.
Fleeting Infinity answered my question by saying, "A failure to communicate." This seems pretty deep and a little complicated.
Okay.
It's a little complicated, but it's
It is.
pretty
it is-
fun.
It is a little complicated. I totally missed what I wanted.
Let's see if I can take
There's one.
the ball.
Boom, boom. There's 2. Okay. This is not gonna go anywhere. This is not gonna do what I wanted to do.
What is that? I look down and it's this all of a sudden. It'll be interesting. As long as you keep it symmetrical, it'll just keep going.
Yeah. That's kind of one of the keys here, isn't it? Okay, here we go. You ready?
I'm
More
totally-
thrust.
Totes my goats.
Zoom.
Ready oats.
Oh, we're still in the green. Still in the green. Just hit yellow. Just hit yellow. At 200 meters.
You needed a better launch thingy.
Yeah, I did not have it available.
Although you are killing it.
All right. 500. 500. Ah, 560. Okay,
Really good.
that's
That
good.
was really well.
Well, Trexel thinks it looks cool. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. You can make a pretty wonky machine if you didn't
Much
think
love.
about it.
Much love.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
You should put more fuel tanks on it.
You might be right. Yeah,
No,
that
you're
was
not.
that was
That was
not
bad.
enough height. Not enough height.
You're just
And
gonna-
touch.
It's a good thing that these things don't just randomly explode. Like, nope, you gotta start again, man. Kind of just exploded on you.
All right. Well, let's try it your way.
Oh, I see what it needs. It just
Hmm.
needs its bolts to be tightened. This is kind of like... This reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Totally.
And it also makes me think that this would be like a song that could be in Serenity
That's somebody else said Firefly today
or
too.
Firefly. Firefly.
Fleur.
Firefly.
Fleur. Okay, I'm not sure if we have enough fuel.
Where we're going, we don't need fuel.
We don't need fuel. This is gonna be slow and steady. This is my heavy. So all we have is 4 jets and fuel. 4 jets and fuel. You ready?
So much fuel.
You ready? Here we go.
Go!
Oh God! We need more jets.
Maybe you can roll.
Go, baby, go!
We're sorry your ship was built by goblins and thus it exploded mid-flight. It's going off the ground.
Oh my god.
It's going backwards.
It's very fuel efficient though. That's good.
Yeah, too bad it can't go anywhere.
Yeah, that is too bad. Boop.
That's it. That's all you need. You're good now.
These two will make all the difference.
I would like to actually see how much of a difference that makes.
Sure. Ah,
Wow. Look
enough.
At
I made enough. Why is it? Oh god, it's
the problem
off.
is that you're
It's
so
not balanced.
No, it's totally not. It's too heavy on the one side.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try and do 564. 564.
Oh,
That's it. Exploded mid-flight.
there we go. I'm
Start.
sitting all weird. Start from nothing.
There's one we really haven't tried.
Just one fuel tank and a couple
Mhm.
small things.
We're just gonna put 2. So if the Angry Gnat was as successful as it was, right?
I don't know how this is gonna go.
We're gonna start from here, and then we can add 2 more fuel if we need. Whoop. Oh.
You can't even see it when it falls.
Yeah! Near. Near.
It's so small that
Zoom!
you can just let it refuel as it
It flies like a jellyfish. Oh, there's a mountain biome. 561! That was 3 meters off. I bet with a little more flying capability, we could totally do it. Oh, that just went straight up. That's interesting.
This one's hard though because you have to like let it
There!
maybe. See, this game has so much ability for just randomness.
It does
fun.
have a lot.
Like
Yep.
you could just go for some crazy crap, or you could just be very, very specific and coordinated. Now the good news about this one, let it drop and it
Yep,
might be in a
and
good
it'll
position.
stabilize. Boom! Perfect launch position. That's the cool part.
maybe
Maybe. Zoom! Oh, yeah. Oh, that's real
need
nice.
higher than that though.
It's too heavy. Yeah. Ah, dang. Dang. It's so nice.
But look how
Flies
you're
so
doing.
well.
You're gonna beat it.
Oh, okay. Go, baby, go! Come on! Ah, 683!
Oh, wow. See, we were thinking too big.
Yep. Yep, this game is definitely about small and simple. Okay, this is a much higher launch position. Let's see what we can do with this. We want to get up to like 50 meters, and that's kind of when I stop and start hovering.
You just lost a lot of height all of a sudden.
Yeah. The ground came up to meet us.
Oh.
Ah! Dang.
Yeah, there's two issues right now with this, with the way that this is going. One,
That's not good.
you have to deal with the terrain,
Yeah?
which can actually screw you up by probably maybe upwards of 100 meters.
Whoa!
Would you have?
Oh no, it's just close.
So, like if you could somehow start on top of a hill.
Well, we can get to a hill. I really like this one because
Because you seem to be like in a crater right now.
it has so much fuel, and it positions itself so well for a launch. As we get up, come on, we got this, guys. Oh no, we don't. 600. Okay, here's our hill.
What are you gonna call this?
Here's our hill. The flying gnat. We had the angry gnat. I feel like this is in the same strain.
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Off the hill. So we don't need to do nearly as much. So we get that automatic height, we can try and stay in the green. No! Okay, like 600. This is like 650 is what this thing can do.
What can we do to better it, though?
What can
What can we do to better
Whoa.
this?
Where are we?
Where are you? What just happened?
There.
Whoa. I don't know. I don't know what you can do with this. This is tough.
Oh. Hold up, I have an idea. Because I want to keep that one fuel thing there for weight.
See, but the problem is that we're slowly making it more
Heavier, right?
bulky. Yeah.
But now we have... Oop. There.
Oh no, you can't do that though.
Why?
Because you're
it's
gonna be
bonk.
Yeah, you're now what Jack. What do you call that? No, don't do that. That's you look like it.
That's funny.
I think you have to put 4 rockets underneath, and then 4.
I don't want 4 though. We can balance this. I need it to land the way I
No,
want
it once you take off, you're screwed.
No, if it's balanced, it's balanced.
It's not bad.
There.
No. You're. Yeah, see, you have too much thrust.
We can do this. We can do it.
You gotta add 1 more, man. You gotta make it symmetrical.
It doesn't have to be symmetrical.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Nope.
Yes, it does. Infinity, tell him.
That's the easy way of doing it, man. One stream, view now. What?
What?
I don't know. Primus Payless. Oh, somebody's watching us.
Oh, it's a Steam
stream.
streamer.
What up, Primus? Alright.
They can't
Alright.
see you. They can only see
They
the
didn't
game.
see the game.
Although it'd be interesting if they could hear the audio.
That would be. They'd be like, what did I get into? Okay, this thing isn't doing too bad so far. 588. That's not bad for a
Yeah,
first
not bad at
attempt.
all. Whoa! So the thing is,
no
like,
way
you just
to-
have to keep, like, I think you need to tap it a bit more, like, be more consistent on the tapping so it stays. Because I think
doesn't
you
have a
lose a
good
lot
launch
of
position.
momentum or height when you let go and then.
No. Come on, give me a launch position.
But then I could also be full of crap.
No, I think you're completely right. I just can't get a good launch position. There. Nope, not enough height. Oh!
You also have to let your,
okay. Yeah.
rockets refuel.
Yeah. There.
That thing looks like more like it should be rolling rather than flying.
Right? Okay, this is a good setup so far. We're going right back to the start. I could land back in the start zone. Yeah. Come on. You can do it. You can do this.
No.
You can do this.
There you go.
You can do this. Keep going, damn you. Keep going, damn you. Come on. Come on. Ah!
892.
892.
So it's a lot of. So it's also a lot about how you fly your trajectory. God,
Yeah.
so many things.
I feel like we're playing Lego Kerbal. There. Okay. We're trying this again. Just tap it in. Just tap it in.
Okay, time to go home. Nope.
Not even close. Blah, 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 blah. I think we've got it. I think we have it with this build.
Did you wait long enough for it to
Yeah.
refuel?
Yeah.
No, you're too close to the ground.
Damn.
What to do? What to do?
That is not.
Get so much height and then just slowly, nice and slowly put it in.
So slowly. Just tap it in. Just tap it
Just
in.
fall right into the geysers.
Yeah. Woo! Look at the world, though. It's so pretty. Come on.
One thing they should add to this, I think, is the ability to drop off pieces while in midair.
Oh, yeah.
Just grab
have,
pieces
like,
while you're up there.
No, yeah, like a 2-stage rocket. That would actually be pretty neat. Oh, come on. Come on.
You're slowing
Come
down.
on.
Oh,
Come on.
No!
No! 926! Son of a bitch!
Mm.
Hey. We need to get away from that tree. Bonk. Shut up, music. I'm not going yet. Oh, there. Okay, that's... No!
It just...
Ah, damn, that's not good at all. Okay. We're on a hill.
You can definitely do it.
That was good. That was good. I can agree. I can agree. I can agree.
So intense, man. So intense.
I'm not even looking at the distance, just so I'm not, like, freaking out.
You're looking at your fuel.
Yeah. No! Fuck, I lost it. Sorry, we need to do this. This is what we need to do it with.
Well, you have 12 minutes. We won't even get to show the sumo, but whatever.
We should take this one into sumo.
Just fly right. No, it would work.
Yeah?
We've done that before. Where we just made something that flew straight up and it worked.
Oh, pretty well, too.
No.
Come on. The music, like, is so awesome for this. Oh, God, I was so close. Not really. It was like 820 meters, right? Not close at all, if you think about it.
That'd be funny if you could put one more fuel thing underneath.
I would love that.
You might be able to.
It's got the wheels.
Oh, right.
This is not going anywhere.
You're too low.
Yep.
I love the shadow, by the way.
I know.
The shadow's fun.
But look where we are.
You're just really good at going back.
After all our journeys.
You just took off a fuel tank.
I know. I'm getting rid of the weight.
But then you don't have enough fuel.
But that can be, like, sometimes it's too heavy for what we want. You see.
Interesting, though. You know, you'd think that you'd be able to recreate this on a larger scale. Like, if you put 8 rockets and 8 small rockets and 8 of those fuel containers, then it would be the same everything.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but it's all about inertia and gravity's oomph.
Oh my god!
Oh! No! 979! Son of a bitch!
Well, the fact that you did that on the second try of without the top thing.
Yeah. I like that they added in the fuel gauge, because those actually never used to be in there. But they need to put it more apparent, like a bar on the side of the screen or something like that. It's hard to see sometimes.
Everybody's like, oh my god, so close.
Thank you.
You get to eat. I'm so startled right now.
Okay,
So
this one's
startled.
nice and slow. Nice and slow wins the race. Mining crew. Okay, baby.
We all stare in silence.
Yeah. A deferent hush settles over the crowd of the foreman now. God, not the red already?
You have lots of height though.
Yeah. VIP, or VP, or Vice President. We're in the goddamn red.
It's okay. It's okay, man. You have lots of height. You're doing it.
Ah!
You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. There you go.
Yeah!
Yay! And then dead.
No, then we land nicely. Bleh, bleh.
1067.
Yeah! We gotta tweet that, eh?
Yeah. Yeah! This might actually be under Call Me Jones. Oh wait, just under the name. The Super
It's the
Gannett.
Super Net. Yeah! Tweet it? Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Just a knocked over.
SuperNet wins Terra Tech Games. What's it called? Rocket Challenge.
So, we found a horrible flaw in the game.
Boom.
You can win it with nothing, but
No, that's called brains, my friend. That's not.
You can win it with nothing but
That's
brains.
no flaw.
It's very sad.
That is no flaw. We're taking the SuperNet to the sumo.
Might as well might as well conquer everything.
Yep. We got 7 minutes. Sumo Showdown. Ranked multiplayer. This is. I love the stuff you can do in here. Oh, yeah, we do have them. The Sia. The Sia would probably. That's like the SuperNat's big brother. Oh, well, we can run the tiny nat.
Snot-nosed poop fart.
That was from another stream. So in Sumo, they have an actual ranked version, so we take the one that we have. We can't control it. It's all AI. And it's searching for people that are equal to or better than me.
And it's all based on level?
And then, it'll show us 3, and we can pick one of them. I think we should kill the super tank. What do you think?
I was thinking of the blaster. I don't know.
Blaster?
Actually, it has rockets.
Yeah. Let's go with the super tank. It's going to try and go, zoom. It's got turbines and jets and fuel.
Yeah.
And I don't see many guns. We're going to go right underneath it. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
Now, the problem that we faced last time was that our rocket went, like, when we went the straight up, sometimes it would go so high up that it would actually go out of bounds.
Here we go. Zoom! Yeah! Now reach a rank of number 4.
These are
All right.
hilarious.
Should we get the W3F?
It's just a block.
I think we can beat it.
I don't know. I think you should go rank 10.
Okay. Go for the VA2?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You go right down the center.
All right. Going for the VA2. I don't know. Oh, suit, Tiny Nat.
Oh, wait. Is that
I believe in you.
Oh, my God.
He's going to flip us.
Oh, my
God,
God.
he's going to flip us. Oh, go Tiny Nat.
Go.
Tiny Nat.
Oh!
Oh!
He has rockets on the back, too. Jeez.
And then we can only do 2 a day with him. So if we want to go back in here, we'd have to. We'll use the Sia. This one's funny.
As long as it doesn't go too high.
It goes far too high. Oh, we can go against the super tank. Let's see if the Sia can beat the super tank.
See, that's the problem, is that it should only be the tiny thing that we made. Then it can just go...
See ya! We lose. It goes too fast.
Just explodes.
Oh God, that's funny.
Okay, can you make one? You should design just a
Sure.
small one.
Sure. We've got 4 minutes.
So what you
wanna
need to
see
do,
something tiny
add
again?
maybe add weight.
Add weight. Oh, you want a jet with some weight?
Just add enough weight so that it flies just slowly, but
We'll do the super nap. If I can find there we go. Oh wait, we need 1 block for the super nap. So that goes there. These.
so small.
Oh my God. Hello. It's too far away.
Can you not go closer? Just a bulldozer on it.
There we go. Hey,
Come on.
don't be like that.
This is
There.
what winning is called.
It's called the super nap.
Yeah. The super nat is winning. Super nat is love. Super nat is life. Screw Shrek.
Super Shreked.
It's called the Shrekt.
Okay.
Now, can you put something on top to weigh it down a little bit?
I don't think we'll need to.
Sure. I guess not.
Super Shreked.
420 no scope.
New sumo challenge.
It's the OMG WTF BBQ 360 blaze at 420. 360 blaze at 420 no scope. That's how awesome it is.
Super Shreked! Should go up against a super tank again? Super tank versus super Shreked!
This better work. I hope it doesn't go up too fast.
I don't think it's gonna work at all.
Whee!
Zoom! Motherfucker!
It's so fast.
Okay, you win. It needed some,
Needs weight.
yeah, design. Dang it.
Sucks you have to start over again.
Yeah. And we're out of time.
Dang it. You got a minute. You can do this just really quick. Come on.
Oh.
Oh yeah, just add extra tanks. That's right.
Yep.
Extra tanks with the same amount of
How many tanks do you want me to add?
just put 8.
Put 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean you're just using it for weight right now. Actually put a 9th one on the very top.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll work.
Hopefully it'll still go up. Oh, we can test it. My God.
It's gonna work. This is gonna work.
What do you guys think?
It needs to
You
float.
think it's gonna work?
It needs to float gently into the air. That's all
Float
we need it to
sweetly
do.
into that good night.
Yes.
Boing, boing. I kind of wish these things didn't like float up and down. It's hard to grab them sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's much slower.
Much slower. Okay. New sumo challenge.
What'd you just do?
I didn't save it, that's for sure.
Ah, crap. Yeah, you didn't take it.
Alright, we'll do the snot nose poop fight.
Damn it! Oh, sucks.
Who do you want him to fight? The sad fast sad?
Yeah, the fast.
Versus the snot nose poop fight.
Oh, that looks much more menacing from the
Oh
front.
God. Wait.
What is this?
Oh sweet Jiminy, no! Snot nose, you got this!
No! Okay.
Snot nose!
He just okay. Don't go forward.
Don't you do it. No!
Damn it! You stupid snot-nosed poop fart. Seriously.
Nothing is ever going to beat the gnat.
Snot-nosed
Alright.
poop fart.
Oh, snot-nosed poop fart. Why you gotta be like that? What else we got? We got the king crab left. I think this is one of Peachy's designs. And he can go up against the super tank. Because the badass is just one of those ones that goes up.
But it goes up slow enough.
It's the battle of the enough vehicles.
The battle of the bulge.
Oh, lordy, lordy, he is gonna whoop us. King crab, no!
That was a horrible design. That was awful. If you want to use the bucket, you make it so it goes down, not like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm just gonna hit you with it.
Alright, I think that's gonna call it
That
for
is
us,
it.
though.
That is it. We're done.
Yeah. I want to say thank you everybody for joining us. I did not make that, he says.
Lies. Lies.
That was bad. I had to put in there. I did not make that.
Apparently the king crab took him with him, though. They both
Alright.
go.
I want to say thank you so much, guys, for joining us for another awesome week of Average Giants.
We got an interesting one next week. I'll just say.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be playing that one,
You
by the
son
way.
of a bitch.
You have to play it because I've already played it.
Okay, fine. I'll be playing the one next week. Alright, but until then, guys, for everybody here at Average Giants and everybody from Indie Game Magazine, much love, and we will see y'all soon.